Dricus du Plessis just got thrown around like a pack of cigarettes in jail. Carlos Prates and Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy with nasty spinning elbow, brutal KOs. Chase Hooper also got to put him on that list. He got flatlined. We got to talk about this card, man. A lot to talk about. Let's get into it. Nah, holy shit. 529 total strikes. Dricus is a tough out to 40. Yo, I've never been. I haven't been so excited to see a shot like a wrestling shot in the first round of a fight in a very long time. And when they touch gloves, I don't know why anybody. First of all, I don't know why anyone touches gloves with KHAMZAT Chimaev after what he did to Kevin Holland when he tapped Kevin's glove and immediately shot. Like if in the future, if y'all are gonna fight KHAMZAT, don't ever touch his glove. Just get ready for the fucking takedown. But when that first takedown hit and DDP pulled the ghillie. You think you're gonna submit KHAMZAT, brother? What? Like I said in the intro, he got thrown around like a pack of cigarettes in jail. DDP had no answer. He got ragdolled for literally how much control time? Do we have the stat for control? We don't have the stat for control. If they fought 25 minutes, KHAMZAT had at least 24 minutes of control. This is one of the most one-sided championship fights we've ever seen. I mean, the amount DDP alone spent 10 minutes in crucifix. Dog, what? 10 minutes in crucifix? Remember when Elliott put Charles Oliveira in the crucifix? We're like, oh my god, oh my god. He put DDP in the crucifix position for at least 10 minutes of the entire fight, bro. And DDP could not get out. Let's go round by round. Round 1, 131-3. Dricus comes out of that round smiling to his coach. And another thing, I didn't know Armand was cornering KHAMZAT. So we just had the brother energy like channeling. And it was just too much brother energy for this South African brother. No, I fuck with DDP though. I fuck with DDP. But damn, I don't want to kick a man when he's down. But man, round 2, bro. I mean, the whole entire fight, 79-6. KHAMZAT made DDP look like Anthony Smith, where he was in the fucking fetal position. Okay, if he was in 10 minutes of crucifix, he was in fetal position for the other 10 minutes, bro. Holy shit. Yo, if DDP, Mr. Cock Diesel, shout out Joey Crack, can't stuff KHAMZAT's takedowns, like he had no chance. What was the final? I think he stuffed 1 takedown. Okay, 12%. So he stuffed 5 takedowns. It didn't feel like that. It felt like KHAMZAT was literally like, you know when a bully would put you in a headlock and just walk you around? It felt like KHAMZAT was the school bully going into the bathroom, putting motherfuckers in headlocks and just walking him around. No, he got dog walked, bro. That's the only way we can put it. DDP got freaking dog walked. I had said that KHAMZAT was going to finish him in the 3rd round of rear naked choke. Bro, he had him in cruci again, and he's starting to do some elbows now, get some heavier ground and pound. And he ends up, DDP had to give up his back. When KHAMZAT was getting ready to put that rear naked choke in, I said, oh my God, I'm an MMA prophet. Because I said KHAMZAT was going to finish him in the 3rd round by rear naked, but DDP got out. When we got to the 4th round, DDP was gassed. KHAMZAT was starting to slow down a little bit, but again, when DDP would try to get up from the fetal position, KHAMZAT got that body lock, and he was just like throwing him out the octagon, bro. And DDP said in the post-fight interview, is like a blanket. Like, he was stuck to DDP like glue. No homo. You know, 5th round, everybody said KHAMZAT was going to gas. Sean Strickland went on Instagram talking about DDP is going to break him in the 5th round, all this shit. How did Dricus end up in full mount? Dricus somehow reversed the position and got in full mount and threatened it. He threatened the rear naked choke on KHAMZAT, but he couldn't get it, and he just basically ran out of time. But, oh, I forgot to say this. When DDP, you remember in the 1st round, DDP was getting up, walking, smiling to the corner. After that 4th round, there was no smile on that boy's face. That boy was shaking his head, bro. He wasn't smiling. That boy was shaking his head, saying, God damn, I'm over here getting ragdoll. I'm getting dog walked right now.
I can't get the fuck off of me, man.
We get in the 5th round. Like I said, DDP was threatening the rear naked choke. If DDP would have fluked that rear naked choke, bro, and won in the 5th round, he would have had to go down as the greatest fighter of all time, bro. I mean, what was the total strikes again? He was down like 500 strikes, and if he'd have came back and won that, bro, Jesus. Yo, we had Anthony Hernandez there. I know Imavov was watching the fight. I know Cal Barajo was there. What is the middleweight division thinking right now? Because, dog, nobody's fucking with KHAMZAT. I love Anthony Hernandez. bro, he's not going to be able to stop them takedowns. He's just, Kazmat is too strong. Like I said, bro, he picked up DC. He picked up DC and twirled him in the air like Cinderella, bro. Like DC was like a little toothpick skinny petite girl. Like, dog. How old is Kazmat? 31. I don't see him losing in the next 4 years. But I want to give a big shout out to DP. He showed a lot of heart, even though he was in the Anthony Smith fetal position. In that 5th round, he did, you know what I'm saying, try to finish the fight and try to go for the win. Kazmat, like, this brother right here, brother. This brother, different, brother. Yo. This card was crazy. Lerone Murphy with a spinning back elbow KO. Bro, Aaron Pico looked so good, bro. Boxing was looking crisp. He was on his Marauder shit. See, that's the thing. When you're a Marauder, it can either go, it can go up or it can go down. And in this case, fucking went down. That was a brutal KO, bro. That was worse than what Jeff Neal went through, I think. Aaron was laid out for at least a good minute. Aaron Pico was laid out. You know, like when your parents used to whoop your ass and then you fall asleep afterwards? Bro, it was one of those naps. He was out for a while. I did get my pick right. I said Lerone Murphy was going to win by decision, but I picked Lerone, so I technically get that pick right. 2 for 2, baby. But this was, I didn't know Lerone Murphy had power like this, bro. Man, Aaron Pico, Aaron Pico is my, like, if I wanted to be a fighter, I would want to fight like Aaron Pico. Marauder, Chris Box. I mean, these left hooks look like Elliott, bro. He has nasty boxing. He had submission defense. Lerone went for the ninja choke. He escaped that. He got on top. He was doing ground and pound. Like I said earlier, he was marauding. He was walking him down. Aaron Pico kind of got some swag. You know, he be throwing on them suits. Fuck, bro. I didn't want to see Aaron Pico go out like that, bro. Damn, that was rough to watch. Lerone Murphy made a good point in the post-fight. He said, I knew he was going to come out aggressive, and I used his aggressiveness, and I used his aggressiveness against him. And boy, did he, because it seemed like all that force Aaron was putting into them shots, Lerone hit him with 10 times that. Like, you know when Black Panther gets hit and the vibranium starts building up? Bro, it felt like Lerone Murphy was just, like, building up vibranium and fucking hitting with that elbow. My God, that was brutal. Jeff Neal, God damn. A buzzer beater too, bro. This was a good back and forth round, but there was just a clear power advantage. When Carlos Prates was connecting, the calf kicks. I got my mic on voice isolation, but the sound of these boom, these calf kicks, the spinning heel kick that he landed on Jeff's cheek, it just boom, the punches to the body, the knee. Carlos Prates was looking in prime form, and I can't believe he got the buzzer. Jeff, if Jeff would have survived, this is so selfish of me to say, but if Jeff would have survived one more second, he would have went out there and got knocked out in the second round like I predicted. Nah, but damn, bro, Carlos Prates looked good. He got on the mic after he won and said, yeah, we got people talking about I can't smoke cigarettes, I can't party. I was one of the people. I put him on the Menace tier list because this motherfucker smokes cigarettes. But I guess when you got power like that, what's a little cigarette? And then Carlos Prates is cut the fuck up. He looks like if you touch Carlos Prates, it's just all stone. Like he's just like a hard human being, no homo. I can't believe he called out Leon Edwards, bro. You think Leon Edwards is gonna step in the cage with fucking Carlos Prates? Dog, Leon Edwards don't want none of that smoke. Leon Edwards is supposed to be fighting Michael Morales. We've been set that up after Michael knocked out Gilbert, and he ain't answered that call. You think he gonna come in after that? Man, I don't know who you're going to fight, Carlos. It ain't going to be Leon Edwards. I'll tell you that right now. Leon Edwards is not coming out to play. He ain't want to smoke with Michael Morales. And shout out to Carlos Prates. He called a shot. He said, I need that 50K. That boy Dana went running, got the bag. And then he said, I'm fighting in Brazil. And 5 seconds later, Joe Rogan talked about, yeah, you will be fighting in Rio de Janeiro. So Carlos put his dick on the table. Jared won a round because he took Michael down in the 3rd round and Michael couldn't get up. But just Jared too slow. Michael Venom Page too fast, too slick. Michael Venom, we can now say that Michael Venom Page does not care about winning. He is a clip farmer. He wants to emote. He wants to have a good time. He doesn't look to finish fights. So unless it's a flash KO, like they're knocked out cold, he's not going to get a finish because he'll just drop people, never jump on them. Shows no type of urgency. He just wants to put on a performance. At one point, Michael Venom Page was over here dribbling, bro, doing this like he's hooping. I'm not gonna lie too. When there wasn't striking exchanges, and then when Jared didn't take him down in the last round, it's a lot of smudging on the fence. Look, Jared even landed on more total strikes. Michael Venom Page is so low output. But when he does throw, them shits must hit hard, bro, because Jared Cannonier was stumbling around like Bambi. Jesus, man. You can't try to go out there and kickbox Michael Venom Page. You need fucking KHAMZAT Chimaev. A perfect matchup for Michael Venom Page to shut all that shit down is KHAMZAT Chimaev. Michael Venom Page would get finished so fast against KHAMZAT. You just need a high level grappler to beat him. You can't sit there and try to kickbox with him. You're never gonna win that. So if y'all keep feeding him strikers, I'm gonna pick Michael Venom Page every time. I also saw on Mac Life that there's like politics keeping him out of 170. I don't know what that's all about, but if they're blocking him from fighting at 170, I don't know what's up with that. If y'all could comment down below what's going on with all that. So the first two rounds were just Michael styling. Third round, Jared got him down 24-13. And he was threatening arm triangles, threatening Kimuras, but just couldn't get the submissions. Didn't do enough ground and pound damage to make it a 10-8 to where it could have been a draw. And yeah, Michael Page, 29-28. So 4 for 4. Hey, give me that Wendy's 4 for 4. 4 for 4 on the main event. Let's go. And the last fight on the main event. I'd never seen Tim Elliott fight before. And boy, when I was watching this, I was like, what is going on? He's like a great value version of Dominic Cruz when it comes to like the head movement and doing the crazy footwork and throwing the hands up and doing all that weird shit. He's 38 years old, going against this double champ in another organization, Kai Asakura, who we saw get choked out by Alexander Pantoja, and he ends up getting choked out again. That's not looking good. I don't know why they put him at rank 15, but if you're getting submitted by Tim Elliott, this old 38 caveman, brother, you're not close to being in top 15. This is a different organization, brother. There's levels to this, brother. Send Kai Asakura 2-3 years daggers and forget. I mean, he's got choked out in both of his UFC fights in the second round. So, and this was Tim Elliott. You think Alexander Pantoja and Tim Elliott are even near each other when it comes to the grappling? But yeah, in that first round, Tim was over here bouncing around, got no pop. Kai was piecing him up. Then Tim got that takedown at the very end, and it looks like Kai has never trained grappling in his life before, because when he came out in that second round, he was so goddamn scared to get taken down. And when he got taken down, he got put right in that mounted guillotine, and he was tapping 10 seconds later. One of the funny things they said on the broadcast, though, is that Tim Elliott is one of these dudes that fight like this, like these Notre Dame fighting Irish type fighters with his stance and shit. Tim Elliott started countering him in the second round too. But again, Tim Elliott has no pop. We could easily tell that. Hit Kai Asakura with that Sean Brady mounted guillotine, nasty choke. All right, so this fight got put together last minute. Thank God Bobby Green, one of them two, Bobby Green or Diego Ferreira pulled out. So thank God we didn't have to see Bobby Green get slumped out. So this replaced that fight, right? This dude Susurkaev fought in the Dana White's Contender Series 4 days ago. So he fought on Tuesday, and he turned around and fought in this Saturday. That shows different, he's from Russia, brother. We might have to add him to the brother group. I didn't know anything about these guys. I didn't know about this fight until I watched the press conference. And Eric made a funny line. We had no idea who this dude was. And Eric was like, yeah, I don't know. I just know he's KHAMZAT Chimaev's butt buddy. Because I guess this is Sir, I just want to call him Sus. Sus is from Chechnya, Russia, like KHAMZAT. Why? But here's another thing. Why was KHAMZAT Chimaev repping UAE so hard? I thought you're from Russia. I don't understand all that. What's going on with all that? That was weird. But yeah, so this Sus dude, that sounds weird. B-A-I, Bai. I'm gonna call him Bai Senghur. Bai Senghur is from Chechnya, Russia, where KHAMZAT's at. So when Eric said that at the press conference, I was like, okay, coming out talking a little shit. And if you look at the odds, I think they showed the odds when they got into the ring. Basagur was like a negative 1,000. So he was like the big favorite to win this fight. And we get into the fight. They finally get into the fight, and this dude was doing the John Silva, just fucking around, smiling, laughing at the dude when he hits him. I was like, wonder what that's got to feel like when you punch somebody in the face as hard as you can and they're fucking laughing at you. But this dude was playing off, he was playing around a little bit too much, and then ended up getting caught right at the end of the first round. He got rocked hard. The highlight I did see from the contender series fight is that he kicks very hard, and he finished someone with a body kick. Like, it wasn't even a body kick, it was a teep kick right into the gut and finished him. And so this dude must kick like a horse. And he started doing that to Eric, and Eric was not liking those kicks. He ends up taking Eric down, choking him out super fast. I'm like, I was like wanting to see the grappling because you're from Russia, brother. You KHAMZAT's boy. And he proved that he does have the grappling. We give him brown belt. He can have brown belt, brother. Why was Gerald Meerschaert fighting tonight, bro? This shit made no sense. Gym 3 looks slower than a toddler. Like, toddlers, when they're trying to learn how to walk, had more fast twitch capability than Gerald. Gerald looked like one of them fat ass slow heavyweights, and Michael was piecing him up, dropping him. He's doing the whole pull guard shit. Once I see someone pull the guard, unless you're Charles Oliveira, some shit like that, bro, and you're just laying on your back, the other dude's gonna win. Michael dropped it. I think Michael dropped him maybe 23-3. Michael dropped him maybe once or twice, and then on the third drop, I think it was, dropped him, jumped on top of him, started beating him up, and I felt like GM3 had quit a long time ago. I thought this was a late stoppage. You could tell by the vibe of the fight, GM3 did not want to be there, and he showed up for that paycheck. Which you got to do what you got to do to support your family. And if you're gonna go get knocked out, hey man, that's a hard ass job. Damn, this KO happened with this is a buzzer beater KO too. Damn, I didn't know it was this close. I knew it was at the end of the round. Okay, I'm watching the whole first round and I'm doing this shit right here. Bro, Chase Hooper has no hands. I swear to God, he has no hands. Chase Hooper doesn't have any power. When he does throw punches, they're like the Dricus du Plessis running punches. And you ain't got the pop like Dricus, so you can't be doing that shit, especially at lightweight with these more like skilled fighters. He wasn't planning his feet. He doesn't have pop. He didn't know how to counter. Like if Chase wasn't the one initiating the boxing, he didn't know what to do. He was just moving his head. Could not throw. If you throw a Chase Hooper, he's not going to throw it back because he's just going to worry about trying to get out the way, and he doesn't know how to counter. This fight was on the feet the whole time. Like Chase was shot 2 takedowns. I don't remember him shooting 2. I remember him shooting 1, and that shit got stuffed. I don't think he was strong enough. He needs to grow into his body or go back down to featherweight because look how big this dude is. Like there was like a big difference in like the weight in terms of bullying. And when Chase shot that, I think it was like a single leg or it was against the cage. That shit got shucked off so easily, bro. Chase, it's MMA, brother. You can't use the jiu-jitsu if you can't get a takedown. That's why you have to work on grappling. I'm sure you're working on your grappling, brother, but you gotta start. You gotta get on that. Gotta get on that real food cookbook, bro. You got to get on that beginner weightlifting program. One thing I will give Chase credit for is he does a good job using his kicks, his oblique kicks, front kicks up the middle, body kick, shit like that, so he can keep his range. But man, you got to work on that boxing. He needs to go 2-3 years with fucking Carlos Prates. You got to learn to throw them hands like Carlos Prates, bro. Because Carlos Prates is one of these lanky, skinny, but not skinny like Chase. Like Chase's ribs are showing. He's one of these long range strikers that you need to train with, bro. And that maybe he can help you get some pop because my God, that boxing. And you got when Alex Hernandez threw that right straight down the pipe, hit Chase right on that button, turned the lights out. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this fight pissed me off. This Drakkar Klose dude, we're gonna have to put him. I saw a video Bedtime made called like UFC fighters on the most wanted. We gotta put him on there, bro. This dude's a fucking clown, and I'm gonna talk about it here in a second. So I don't even know. Edson Barboza came into the fight with something wrong with his eye. Like, look at his eye. But Edson's age really showed. He's like 40. He's damn near 40, bro. And look at the strike difference. My God. Edson Barboza is still tough. He can still take some damage. But Drakkar was rocking him in the first round. And then he was just clinching him and smudging up against the fence. Edson did still have a little bit of kicks. You know what I'm saying? He had his little calf kicks. He had his little switch kick to the body. But this Drakkar dude is so goddamn cocky, bro. But you can't be fighting like this. Not even being able to put a finish on, and you're rocking him, and then you're gonna come out in the third round. He's like throwing his hands up to Edson Barboza. Like, bro, Edson Barboza is a legend. In his prime, Edson Barboza would slump your shit out, and he was like doing like cartwheel kicks in the end, pointing down to the ground, like he was gonna throw down. Like, bro, I don't fuck with this Drakkar Klose dude, bro. Don't disrespect Edson Barboza like this. Shout out Joseph Morales. He kind of did the same thing to what he did on the show. I remember him rear naked choking somebody out. But yeah, he ends up getting the contract, chokes out Idiris. Idiris, I think, had a really crazy fight with the Indian dude on the show. If I think that was his first fight, if I can remember. But yeah, Idiris was throwing all these wild techniques, and Joseph was just staying clean, textbook boxing, staying in his face, kind of like imposing his will a little bit, and he ends up getting him out of there. Oh, and the submission was a triangle. So it was a nasty triangle too. They got locked in. The UFC middleweight division has a new sheriff in town. His name is KHAMZAT Chimaev. Like I said, he's 31. I don't see him losing for the next 4 years. I hope Dana White said he's going to be able to fight consistently. I hope he's able to fight consistently. I hope he's able to fight consistently. I can't say that word, consistently, because he has pulled out a lot, but I think he's got a new team. Worked with TJ Dillashaw's coach. They said he was overtraining. I think he got the proper training. He won't come in sick and get, having to pull out a fight. So DDP, where does DDP going for here? Because you're not getting a title shot after getting dominant. They said that, what was it, 50-44? I need y'all to comment down below what y'all thought of the card. what fights to make after this. Maybe I could do a video with that if y'all share some ideas. If you made it this far, like the video. And also, if you're new, I always do these fight reactions. Subscribe to the channel, and we got a lot more UFC content coming on in the future. I'll catch y'all on the next one. We out.
I'm him, I can tell you from the jump, I'm a different breed. Bought a new tech, free shot, no referee. I ain't gon' force, not shit, I'ma let it be. White gold shining, diamonds red like the 7C.